Welcome to today's class. This is Teacher Simon taking you through Cambridge IGCSE Extended Mathematics Paper 4 for examinations from 2025, and this is Specimen Paper B, Part 1 for questions 1 to 13. Question number 1. Find the reciprocal of 0.35. The reciprocal of 0.35, first of all, you need to change this one to a fraction. So this one is going to be 35 divided by 100. I can simplify it and I say by 5, 7, then by 5, 20. Then the reciprocal, I just somersault this. So that means our answer is going to be 20 over 7. Since they never said in simplest form, you can even write it as 100 over 35. So that is that. Then next, number 2, calculate 4 squared minus 1.9 out of 3.2 minus 2.6. Now here, we can say 16. This is even 1 mark. You can just use a calculator because this is a calculator paper. This is 16 minus 1.9 and then 3.2 minus 2.6, that is going to be 0.6. Then you can put this one in the calculator. And here you will have 16 minus 1.9. Then you can divide by, that's 1.9. Then we go down 0.6. Then we press equals. That is 47 out of 2, which is the same as 23.5. 23.5. So then I write my answer here as 23.5. Question 3. Naveen and Esther share some money in the ratio Naveen to Esther is 5 to 7. Find Naveen's share as a percentage of the total money. So Naveen corresponds to this 5. So I'll have 5 out of the total, which is 12. When you get 5 plus 7, then you multiply by 100. And then you can put that in the calculator. You say 5 out of 12, then times 100. Then this one gives you 41.6 recurring, which I can write as 41.7, okay? And be 41.7 to 3 significant figures. Then next, they are saying part 2, find Esther's share as a percentage of Naveen's share. Find Esther's share. So Esther's share is 7. So it will be 7 divided by 5. Okay? Because Naveen's share is 5. Then times 100. Of course, 5 goes into 100 20 times. Then 7 times 20. Since 7 is bigger than 5, you expect the percentage to be bigger than 100. So that will be 140%. Okay. The next, part C, Naveen's share is 160. Work out Esther's share. Now, we can have something like this here. If we have 5 to 7, this is for, they said Naveen. So Naveen corresponds to the 5, so the share is 160. Then we ask ourselves, what did they multiply by 5 to get 160? So in other words, you will get 160 divided by 5. So if you get 105, you get that 160 divided by 5. That means they divided by 32. So what we shall do, we shall get this 32 here. So they multiply by 32 here. So it's the same thing I'm going to do here, times 32. So you get 32 times 7. Okay, 32 times 7, that is 224. So meaning Esther's share is 224. Then next, we can go to the next page here. We have this number here, number 4. You're saying simplify Roman 1, 5x squared minus 7x plus 6x, then minus x squared. So like terms, 5x squared minus x squared, that one will give us 4x squared. And then minus 7x plus 6x, that will be a minus 1. So we write minus x. And then this one here, 4x out of 3y, we shall multiply by the reciprocal of this one, which will be 9y out of 2a. And we know that 2 goes into 4 2 times. Then 3 goes into 9 3 times. So that means up here we shall have 2 times 3, 2x times 3y out of, this is y times a. So automatically even y disappears. So we shall have 2 times 3, that is a 6. So I write 6, then x out of a. And then next, we are going to have solve this equation here. I can begin by dividing all through by 5. So 3 minus 2x is equal to 17. Divide by 5. This is 3 minus 2x, which is equal to, this will be 3, then point. So remember 2 divided by 5, so 20 over 5, that's a 4, so we shall have 3.4. And then we will have 3 minus 3.4, then is equal to 2x. If you take this one, this side to be positive, that means here we shall get negative 0.4, which is equal to 2x. Then we can divide through by 2. Then our x becomes negative 0.2, which is the same as negative 1 over 5. So I can write negative 1 over 5 or negative 0.2. That is one way. Then alternatively, another person can begin by multiplying all through the brackets. So you get 5 times 3, that is 15, minus then 10x, which is equal to 17. And then you can have 15 minus the 17, which is equal to 10x. I'm taking this one this side to be positive, okay? Then here you get 2, which is equal to 10 of x. Now when you divide through by 10, you get that 1 over, by the way, this is the negative 15 minus 17. So you get that negative 1 over 5 as the value of x. All right. Then next, I think this has been it for this page. We go to the next page. We have this trapezium here. And they are saying that the diagram shows a trapezium ABEF joined to a square BCDE. ABC is a straight line and AB is 7 centimeters. AF to BE is 3 to 2. The area of the square is 32. Now, area of the square, we can have this one like this. Area of the square, we don't know the sides, okay? We don't know the length of this side and also this one here. So area of that square is going to be x times x, that is x squared, which is equal to the 32. So meaning x is going to be root of 32. This one is the same as 16 times 2, then root of 16 times root of 2, and then this one becomes 4 root of 2. Then I come to this one here. They say that AF ratios are the same as fractions. So AF out of BE is 3 over 2. So I need to get AF because area of a trapezium is a half H into A plus B. So my AF is going to be 3 over 2 of BF. Now BF, no. This is BE, which is BE, not BF. So this is going to be 3 over 2 times BE here is the same as X, which X we have gotten as 4 root of 2. That means this one can simplify it by 2, 1 by 2, 2. So 3 times 2. Then we get our answer here as 6 root of 2. Then area of the trapezium, we have a half H, A plus B. So A can be this one here, then B this one here, and then H, that is the perpendicular distance between the two parallel sides. This is the 7 here. So area of the trapezium, area of trapezium is equal to a half H into A plus B. So this will be a half. The H is this 7 here. So we can put that 7, times the 7. Then our A is the X, which is 4 root 2. And then our B here, the AF, we have gotten it as 6 root of 2. Now this is a half times 7 times, sides are said to be added or subtracted if the number under the square root sign is the same. So 4 plus 6, that will be 10. Then we shall have 10 root of 2. Automatically these 2 can divide this 10 here, and then we get a 5. So 7 times 5, that gives us 35. Okay, that one can give us 35. So we write 35 root of 2. You can leave it exact or you can write it to 3 significant figures. Next, write 0.0473 in standard form. Now to write a number in standard form, it has to be A times 10 to power n, where A is within this range, A less than or equal, 1 less than or equal to that, A less than 10. Now we can have 1 point something, we can have 2 point something, then 9 point something, but we cannot have 2 significant figures and then we say that maybe 10 point something or 11 point something. So it has to be within this range, greater or equal to 1, but then less than 10. Now that means here we are going to have a decimal. So on the left of the decimal there is 1 significant figure. Okay, and then we write numbers here. So we need to shift the decimal place. So we are going to shift it to, this is 1, then 2, because we must have one significant figure. So this one is going to be 4.73 times 10 to power. We have moved 2 places to the right. So we moved the decimal from the left. That's why I'm putting a minus here. And also, another thing you can look at is how many zeros are to the left of the 4. There are 2 zeros on the left. Moving to the left is always a negative when it comes to translation. So that is that. Question 7. Taria invests $1,500 in a savings account for 4 years. The account pays simple interest at a rate of 2/1/6% per year. Now this one can actually be written as an improper fraction. We shall get 6 times 2, that is 12 plus 1, 13. So you will have 13/6% is over 100. This is the same as saying 13/6 times the reciprocal of this one is 1/100. So in other words, we are having 13 over 600. Then simple interest, it is given by the principal times the rate, then times the time taken. The rate, remember, is out of 100. So the principal is $1,500, then plus the R, the rate we have gotten is 13 over the 600, okay? The R is the one which is over 100, so this is the whole thing that I've done here. And then times the time taken is 4 years. Then I can simplify this. The zeros will go. By 2, we can get 2. By 2 here, you get 3. Then 3 goes here once, then here 5 times. You see? Then 5 times 2, you will get 10. Then 10 times 13, you get your answer as 130. Then next, we have Killian invests $1,500 in a different savings account. The account pays compound interest at a rate of R% per year. At the end of 5 years, the value of the investment is 1,825. Calculate the value of R. So amount, that is the value of the investment, is equal to the principal into 1 plus R over 100, then power T. So the value is 1,825, which is equal to the principal is 1,500 into 1 plus, we are supposed to look for this R, and then the time taken is 5. So we are supposed to make R the subject of the formula. First, begin by dividing. So 1825 divided by 1500. Then you will get 1 plus R over 100. And then this one is power 5. Now, just like you can have x squared, which is equal to, let's say, 4. And you want to find the value of x, then you take the square root. Okay? This is the same as x squared. You are powering it with a half. This half is the reciprocal of this power 2 over 1. You see that? So even here, I'm going to put that power. So I'm going to have 1825 out of 1500. Then I put 1 over 5, the reciprocal of this power here. That means I will have R over 100. Then take the one this side, 1825 over 1500. Power 1 over 5, then subtract 1, then this is equal to R over 100. Then after, we can multiply all through by 10. So this is 1825 over 1500 power 1 over 5, then minus 1, and then you get that value of R. The rest is the use of a calculator. So we are going to have 100. We multiply by, we have this 1825 out of 1500. Then we close the bracket and then we power that with 1 over 5. Then after that, we subtract a 1 and then we close the brackets. Then the answer is going to be 4.0000, but we can just write our answer as a 4. So we shall have a 4 here. That is that. The next page, we are having 8. Part A, on a map, the distance between two cities is 7.3 centimeters. The actual distance between the two cities is 365 kilometers. The scale of this map is 1 to n. We are used to questions where they give us the scale that 1 to something, okay? And then they give you maybe the distance between the two cities, and then they ask you the actual distance, or they give you the actual distance and then they ask you the one on the map. Now here we are asked to find the scale. Now here we need to convert this one here, because what we put on the scale, it is in centimeters. So we need to convert these kilometers on ground into centimeters, Okay, we know that 1 kilometer, 1 kilometer is equivalent to 1,000 meters, but a meter is equivalent to 100 centimeters. So that means a kilometer is equivalent to 100,000 centimeters. So this therefore means that 365 kilometers is equivalent to 365, multiply it by 100,000, okay, centimeters. Now, the ratio of these ones, I just get the 365, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Then I just divide it by the 7.3. Okay, by the 7.3 to get the equivalence, this n here. To get that equivalence there. And then we shall have 365, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Then we divide by 7.3. And the answer is 5 million. So that means we shall have, if it is 5 million, you write n is 5 million. Okay, you can put the commas or you can leave them out. Then the diagram shows the positions of towns A, B, and C. The towns are joined by straight roads, that is part B. The bearing of A from B is 070. Find the bearing of B from A. Now, for bearings, we measure them from the North Pole and we move clockwise. From the North Pole and we move clockwise. Okay. Now, they want us to find the bearing of B from A. So you need to underline this word here, from A. So you go to A. We are supposed to find this one here. Okay. Now, for any parallel lines, okay, we have what we call corresponding angles. So if I draw something like this, and then I put a transverse line, this angle here is the same as this angle here. So if this one here is 70, I can actually extend this line here. That means this one is also going to be 70, the corresponding angle. But this being a straight line, this angle here is 180. That means the bearing of B from A is going to be this 70 plus the 180. So we have 70 plus 180 degrees. And this will be 250. This will give us 250 degrees. Alternatively, another person can find, for parallel lines, the interior angles are always supplementary. They add up to 180. Okay. Actually, this is A that we're saying here. Now, suppose I have B here. Okay. A corresponds, I want you to look at this one here. Since this is a transverse line here, this one is also going to be A, corresponding to this. Now, these are angles on a straight line. You can see that A plus B will be 180. So, when this one is not given here, but I know the ones that are inside here, they add up to 180 degrees. So, therefore, I can get 180 minus the 70, which will be 110 degrees. This is the one here. Now, for me to get the bearing of B from A, I'm supposed to get this from here to here. So that means that will be 360 minus the 110. You still get 250. Okay. The bearing of C from A is 195. The bearing of C from A is 195. Now, let me rub off everything here. so that I can answer this one very well. The bearing of C from A, this one here is 195. But remember, when I do like this here, this one is my 70 here, okay? And this is a straight line. Let me repeat this one here. I'm going to extend this line here. It's already 70. Then I'll say 195 minus 70 here. So what shall we get? This one will be a 5, then this one will be a 2, and then 1. So it is 125. That means this one here is 125. But remember, from here up to here, it is 180. So that means when I say 180 minus 125, we shall get 55. So that means this one here is 55. Okay? That is 55. And then you're saying find the bearing of C from B. C from B. So, meaning we have to get this one here because the bearing of C from B is this one here. Okay? So, there's something they gave here. BCA is 113. This is 113. So, we need, therefore, to get this remaining angle here. What are we, therefore, going to do? We say 180 minus, because these are angles in a triangle, 113 added to the 55. Okay? Added to the 55. So 113 plus the 55, what do we get? This one is 8, this is 6, this is 1. That means 180 here minus 168. This one will give us 12. So meaning the bearing of C from B is going to be 70 plus 12. Okay, so we shall have 70 plus 12, which will give us 82. And for bearings, if they are below 100, if the angle is below 100, we begin it by writing a 0. Okay, it should be given to 3 digits. So that is that. Then we can go to the next page where we have question 9 here. P is the point 410 and Q is the point -8, 5. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of PQ. Midpoint, you know, it is x1 plus x2 divided by 2. Then y1, it's the average of the x coordinates and the y coordinates. So that means we are going to have 4 plus -8 divided by 2. Then 10 plus 5 divided by 2. 4 minus 8, that is -4 divided by 2. That will be -2. We shall have -2. And then 15 divided by 2, that is 7.5. Okay. Then next, number 10, the test scores of 13 pupils are recorded. They are all given here. Find the median. Median is the middle number, and we are supposed to cross from the extremes. They are already arranged in ascending order. If they are not arranged in ascending order, you do so, and then you cross from the extremes. So this one dies with this, 23, 42, 24, 40, 26 with this one, then this with this, and what remains in the middle is our median, which is 34. Then next, they are saying find the interquartile range. IQR is equal to Q3 minus Q1. This is the upper quartile, which is 3/4. Okay? 3/4. Now, I'm going to show you something here. These are 13 pupils. So if I cross from the extreme, we have seen that this is the middle number here. Okay? Do you know that a quarter is the same as a half of a half? So a half of this one will give us the lower quartile. And then a half of this one will give us the upper quartile. So a half here is going to be cross this, cross this, cross this, cross this. Then we remain with 3 of them here. So, I mean 2 of them there. So we are going to have our Q1. Our Q1 as equal to 23 plus 24 divided by 2, which is 23.5. And then Q3, you get a half of this one here. So we have this crossing with this with this, then we remain with those 2 there. That means we are going to have 40 plus 42 divided by 2, and your answer becomes 41. So our IQR is going to be 41 minus the 23.5, 17.5. You can use a calculator, of course. And then that is one way. The other way, we can begin by putting a 1. So if the number the number of data points given is odd, you can begin by adding a 1. So the median itself is going to be n plus 1 then over 2, because median is that number that divides the given distribution into 2 equal parts. Okay, so n plus 1th value. Now if you get this 13 plus 1 then divide by 2, this will be 7. Okay, so from here when you count, this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Do you see that this is the 7th value, which we got here as 34? Then Q3 is also going to be 3/4 of the n plus 1. Okay, n plus 1. So this will be 3 out of 4, then times, when we add 13 plus 1, you get 14. Then this one will give you 4 goes in this one 3.5, so this will be 10.5. Will that be 10.5? Yes, 10.5. Now this one means that the Q3 is between the 10th. You don't round this off and you say it is the 11th value. It is between the 10th value and the 11th value. So you add them, you divide by 2. Let's check the 10th value. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So 40, and they are here. 10th is here, and then 11th is here. So you have the 40 plus 42 over 2, which is 41. Then let's go to lower quartile. It's a quarter of the 14. Okay, and that is going to be 3.5. So that means it is between the 3rd value and the 4th value. Okay, so the 3rd value 1 2 3, it is here and here. Do you see that they are the ones we also used here? 23 plus 24 over 2, and you get 23.5. Then you get these 2 and you subtract them. So that is that. Then next, number 11, they are saying line L has the equation y is equal to 6x minus 1. Find the equation of the line parallel to line L that passes through the point 0,3. You should know that parallel lines have the same gradient. So if they have the same gradient, that means the equation of a line that is parallel to this one will have the same gradient 6, then plus c. So our mandate is to find the c. C can be anything. Now here we are given the point 0,3. Of course, this will be 3, and then here 0, because x is 0. So our c is 3. So your answer is going to be y is equal to 6x, then plus 3. And then part B, write down the gradient of the line that is perpendicular to L1. Now, you should know that for perpendicular lines, the product of their gradients is always equal to -1. So we shall have m1 times m2 is equal to -1. So our m2 is therefore going to be -1 over m1. m1 is going to be the 6, the gradient of the L. So that means our answer is going to be -1 over 6. Okay, that is that. Then we go to the next page. This one here of, we can see circle theorems. Number 12 is from inequalities. Find the integer values of x that satisfy the inequality. So what you can do is to split this one here. You can say -1 less than or equal to 4 minus 2x. Then I can also put 4 minus 2x less than 8. Those are the two inequalities which were merged together. Then you solve this one alone. So you put this one, let it cross. So you have 2x here less than or equal to, then 4 plus 1. That means x is going to be less than or equal to 5 over 2. And then here we can have, I can make this one positive, so I can take it there. Then 4 minus 8 is less than 2x. That means we can have our x here is less than, this is -4, then divide by 2. So x is less than -2. So that means when I'm writing the answer here, I will put sorry. I'm going to put something like this. This is -2 less than x. Okay. Then x is less than or equal to 15. So I can put less than or equal to, not 15, 5 over 2, like that. Now, integer values, integers are positive or negative whole numbers. So in here, if I may draw the number line, that means I'm going to have a -2 here, -1, 0, 1, 2, then 3. Of course, this is where there is the 2.5. So for it, it is inclusive. Then I will shade this one here. And then -2 is not inclusive. It will be like that. But then the integer values, those are only whole numbers. So the whole numbers in between here, remember -2 is not inclusive. So I will put -1, 0, there is 1, and there is 2. Those are the only ones. Then number 13, circle theorems. A, B, C, D, and E are points on a circle. FG is a tangent to the circle at E. Okay. Now, they are asking for angle EAC. Angle EAC. EAC. Here. Okay. So EAC. We can check here. There is this angle here. If you have a circle and then this is a tangent, then there is a chord from it, then another one here, then this one comes back here. This angle here between the chord and the tangent, we always look out for the segment within which this angle lies, and then we look at the opposite side of that. So long as the triangle, its vertices are on the circumference of the circle, that is what we call alternate segment theorem. Alternate segment theorem. Okay, now that means when you look at this one here is going to be 34. Okay, that one is going to be 34. Then we need to get this angle here, so that we add it on this 57. Okay, Now, we have AEA. Angles by the same arc in the same segment are always equal. So you have this coming like this. Then there you go. Okay. Tan, tan, tan. Then there is also tan, tan, tan. So we have the E and D. Then there is another one here. So this angle here is equal to this angle. This is 14. Even this one will be 14. So we shall have 14 here. That means angle EAC is going to be 57, then plus 14. And that will be 71. That will be 71. Then next, we are having angle ADC. Angle ADC. Angle ADC. Now, this is a triangle. Okay? ADC, this is the one they want us to find. Already, we have this as 57. Then there is this one, 34. So I can bring in this one and I say angle ACE. Angle ACE is equal to 34. And here I'm using alternate segment theorem. Okay, alternate segment theorem. Now, angles in a triangle add up to 180. That means angle ADC, angle ADC is going to be equal to 180, then subtract 57, then plus this 34 together with 14. Okay, and then we get our answer there. So getting my calculator here, I can have 180 minus, and we have 57 plus 34 plus 14. Altogether, that one gives us 75. So our answer here is 75. And then angle ABC, angle ABC. This is the one they want us to find. Since we have this one as 75, opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral add up to 180. They are supplementary. So you can see that this is a cyclic quadrilateral. All its vertices are on the circumference of the circle. We have the A, we have the B, we have the C, and we have the D. You see that? So that means we shall say that angle ABC, angle ABC is equal to 180 minus the 75, which gives us 105. Okay, so that has been it for this first part of this paper. Thank you so much for watching. May God bless you. See you in the next videos. Please like, share, and even subscribe if you find the content very helpful to you.